So if you couldn't see it already, today we're unboxing a product which I am super excited for to put into my setup. So if you guys didn't know already, a lot of my off time and on my stream, I do a lot of sim racing. So currently in my setup, I haven't filmed it yet, but I am planning to make a video. I'm running a Thrustmaster T300 with a load of gear from Thrustmaster supplied by my good friend Philly. I'm sure you've seen him about YouTube. If not, his stuff will be in the description. Make sure you go check him out. And the Fanatec gear over the pandemic especially has been going like absolute hotcakes. They introduced their DD line, which is the direct drive. So if you didn't know, wheelbases inside are mainly motor and belt driven, whereas a direct drive is kind of in the title, it's driven directly by the motor. So with direct drive, it's a more of a precise and more of an impactful feeling compared to a belt-driven base like a Thrustmaster or a Logitech. So on eBay, I managed to strike my luck and catch a CSL DD. This is the 5 Newton meter version. It's the most basic base that Fanatec sell, and yeah, I luckily managed to find one on eBay at a great price. So let's unbox it today. So I will say, before we carry on with the unboxing, this is used, so I'm not gonna say that this is really new and everything like that. He assured me that everything was in its original box. He's only owned it for a year and he upgraded to the DD Pro, I think it is, the one that most people use for Gran Turismo. But like, as you can tell from all the packaging and everything, like he's kept everything. So yeah, it's still gonna have that kind of original feeling. Maybe just a few use and like wear marks, which we'll probably see. But yeah, let's get it open. Okay, so we got the box that the unit arrives in. So as you can see, Fanatec's logo, CSL DD. So this is like the whole CSL line that Fanatec have. They have pedals, I think they have a shifter, and I think it stands for like Club Sport or something like that. But it's like a whole line, their ecosystem, so to speak. And every driver has their limit. Well, I think I've got to find mine. Get these tabs open off on the side a little bit. All right. Wait a minute. My limit is further than other. Okay, yeah. I mean, my limit's in the side of the track where I go off, but you know, each to their own. So we have the quick guide, which obviously I won't go through. All of the stickers, which is kind of cool. He's kept all the original stickers. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's leave the base till last. So we have cables, obviously, for connections. I think this is just the main power cord that you use. This has a USB-C connector, which goes from the base into your PC. So it's a USB-C into a USB type A. Yeah. And this is your European power cord, which obviously I won't be using. Imagine this is some sort of accessories or fittings box like that. Oh no, okay, so this is the actual brick itself. So I think these are like AC to DC converters. So I think when you buy the 8 Newton meter version, they give you a more powerful one of these, which basically just, yeah, it can deliver more current, so to speak, and then your base can deliver more power. So there's no different in the base, it's literally just the power packs themselves. And then let's get into the base. It is heavier than I expected, that's for sure. Oh, I left something else. Okay, so these are just fittings for like rigs, I think they are. Let's get this big old chunky box out of the way. Now let's unwrap the base itself. There it is. There is the Fanatec CSL DD base. A lot heavier than I expected. I don't know the exact weight. We'll check Fanatec's website in a minute and I'll give you guys some stats. Overall impressions, yeah, extremely weighty. So these do not have a fan inside. So the Thrustmaster and the Logitech, obviously once they get a bit hot and heated inside, there's a fan that kicks in and it's quite noticeable, it's quite audible. So these are passively cooled, meaning that like this essentially is one huge heatsink, which takes all of the heat off and out of like the motor area. So on the back, we've got our connections. We've got the USB-C input. We've got the power, which I think takes literally like a CPU power pin from your PC, which is kind of interesting. Shifter 1 and 2, so I imagine people have different shifters. You get the H pattern, obviously, and then sequential. Your pedals can go in there and your handbrake. So right now, I don't have anything else. I'm in the process of buying the McLaren wheel that I'm going to buy. It's the McLaren Fanatec GT3 replica, and then I'm just going to buy the basic CSL pedals, which is literally the brake and the accelerator, no clutch, because I can't remember the last time I played a game where I used the clutch. So this is obviously the bottom of the base. Got your serial number. He did say that there's a bit of wear marks, obviously, where you could probably tell where he's like slid it into his rig, but I managed to get it just cheaper than retail. And right now on Fanatec's website, they're not even available to purchase. You can't even join a queue or anything like that. I think they've just had that much demand that they just can't even keep up with it. So let's compare this bass to, let's say, its rivals. So for example, we're going to compare it to the Thrustmaster T300 and the Logitech G29. These are kind of known as entry-level, you know, sim racing wheelbases. So the Logitech G29 can only produce about 2 or 2.5, depending on which model you get. There's an Xbox and a PlayStation variant. These can produce up to about 2 to 2.5 Newton meters of torque or force. The Thrustmaster T300, which is one step up from the Logitech, produces, I think, 3 Newton meters of torque. So it's a step up. But then when you introduce the Fanatec into that battle, the Fanatec then makes 5, or if I get the power pack for this, can produce 8 Newton meters of torque. If you go to the podiums, they start making like 10s and 12s of torque, which obviously is not in my price range at the moment, is incredibly priced. But this is great for anyone to make that step from, if you're at Thrustmaster, or if you want to go from Logitech to a bit more professional. This is probably the best step that you could possibly do, that I would say. They are in extreme high demand right now, so prices are probably through the roof. But if you could find one, I probably would tell you to probably get it if you're looking to make that upgrade. It is interesting how they don't sell the table clamp with the base itself. So Thrustmaster, Logitech, you know, they're made for, shall I say, office sim racers. But Fanatec obviously is that next level, so they don't sell it with the base. You have to go to their website and purchase one, which is cool, and I understand, but I don't know. I feel like for the more entry level, especially like this bass, I feel like they should kind of give it with it because it would kind of make sense, but it's a choice I understand, that's for sure. So as I did mention, I currently don't have the pedals or the wheel or anything. I just wanted to confirm the bass and, you know, actually enter the Fanatec realm, so to speak. So if you're intrigued on how my sim setup is going to look once it's all complete, make sure you hit the sub button and ring the bell to get notified when I upload that video. But I think that's it for today. We checked out the bass. It's a nice, simple unboxing. There's not a lot of stuff that Fanatec give you, which I completely understand because you have to buy everything external. But that about makes it for the video. So if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate if you drop a like on the video. All my social links to my Twitch stream are all going to be below in the description. So I would encourage you to check those out. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.